Hey everyone, Ida from PGP here, and welcome back to Flag Fridays. Now that we're basically halfway through the series, at part 5, it's high time that we talk black and white flags. Now, there's a very famous black and white flag that I will talk about in a second, but there's also another one that is lesser known, and because this series is all about educating you guys, I figured I'd start out with that one. So the flag I'm specifically talking about is where there's a black section and there's a white section that's dissected by a diagonal line. And it's usually used to indicate to a specific driver that they're behaving in an unsportsmanlike manner. Of course, that means the flag's waved and there's a pit board next to it with the driver's number on it so that the drivers on track know which driver it is targeting. But what does unsportsmanlike behavior mean? Well, it can mean a variety of different things. One example would be, for example, last season at the Spanish GP when it was shown to Max Verstappen for exceeding track limits one too many times. I mean, honestly, at that race and a lot of races last season, that flag was shown to a lot of drivers because if you guys remember, track limits were a huge issue. And it's usually shown right before they would get a penalty. So for example, you're allowed to exceed track limits 3 times. And then you get shown the black and white flag. And if you exceed it again during the race, you get a penalty. And those penalties just keep going. So it could be, for example, the type of penalties associated could be, if it's in qualifying, you could get a grid penalty. Or even if it's during a race, you could get a grid penalty for the next race. But these days, especially during a race, it's more often than not a time penalty. Or that they have to return to the pit, basically do a drive-by situation where they have to just enter, drive to their pit box, wait there, and go again for, say, 5 seconds or 10 seconds, depending on what number of track limit violations they do have. The important part being that while they're stationary at their garage, mechanics are not allowed to touch the car. But that's the track limit flag. But now, the more famous black and white flag, the so-called checkered flag. Basically, as you guys probably know, the checkered flag indicates the completion of a session, be it at the end of the race, where it's most famously used, be it at the end of a qualifying sessions, like say Q1, Q2, Q3, be it at the end of a practice session. It's just basically used to indicate that a session's done. Hope that helped. Hope you guys learned something new. And see you guys next week. Bye.